You are watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. Manatee County rescue crews are preparing for the worst, conducting a training session at the IMG Academy for any athletic-related injury that could happen during a game.
ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo attended that training and has more on what took place. Dwayne?
Well, Jacqueline, Scott, good afternoon. These drills were pretty detailed with medical equipment and even a helicopter, giving first responders in Manatee County the skills to save a life. IMG Academy Field normally holds football games, but on Wednesday it served a different purpose. It was the scene of a helicopter evac, but it was just a drill. It was a collaborative effort between Aeromed Air Medical Transport and other agencies within the county.
We worked with Cedar Hammock Fire District. We have Southern Manatee out here as well. Our dispatch center, ECC, got involved.
Deputy Chief of Training for Manatee County EMS, Allison Skinner, says it was the first time for this unique opportunity to have first responders trained for such emergencies.
This would be a good time for all of us to kind of practice how we play, is what we like to do. And everybody just kind of decided to get together, run through scenarios to make sure that we know exactly what we have to do.
Scenarios such as treating a player down on the field, a task Skinner says takes a tremendous amount of coordination and teamwork, not only preparing EMS staff, but protecting students as well.
When those high stress situations happen, we're prepared, and it's not something that we get overwhelmed by, because this is what we train for. Manatee County EMS is starting to implement a new training practice and new protocol as well. One of the reasons why they conducted the session, and they plan on doing this in the near future. Reporting live in Manatee County, Dwayne Lind.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Tonight, the Northport Neighborhood Watch meeting will be held in City Hall at 6:30 p.m. Officer David Cox will have information on any criminal activity that may be happening in Northport. He'll also answer questions about what you should look for in your neighborhood. And then after the meeting, the public's invited to walk over to the police department training room to check out the training simulator that's used to train officers on how to respond to critical situations. If you want to get an idea of the dangers officers train for, you'll have the opportunity to use that simulator.
An update now on plans to build public restrooms on St. Armand's Circle. Sarasota City Commissioners approved plans last night, and they're not cheap, over $500,000. Construction will begin in about 6 months on 2 freestanding restrooms on the grassy medians in St. Armand's Circle. The St. Armand's Business Improvement District will pay the $583,000, and then the city will pay over $100,000 a year for maintenance. We talked to one new restaurant owner on the Circle who thinks public restrooms are needed.
I'm guilty myself of asking somebody in the store if I can use their restroom. If it's a restaurant, I will always try to come in and make a purchase.
The new parking garage that opens in December in St. Armand's will also include 2 new sets of restrooms.
Mote Marine Lab scientists are conducting surveys of snook in areas affected by red tide. Mote scientists say Gasparilla and Little Gasparilla Island have experienced the highest number of fish deaths during this red tide bloom. Surveying common snook in these areas will help determine the impacts of Florida's recreational fishery and then develop strategies to help them recover. Mote scientists and trained volunteers are catching, counting, measuring, tagging, and then releasing those snook.
And speaking of red tide, I think Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan has an update for us on that midweek report. Bob?
Yeah, and speaking of snook too, remember it's all catch and release now in Manatee County and Sarasota County, as well as Charlotte County waters. Catch and release meaning you can catch it, but you got to let them back out into the water. That goes along with redfish too because of the red tide. But we have some news coming out of the midweek report. There are no red points that you see here in Sarasota or Manatee counties. This one is in Charlotte County. Again, there's one red tide is showing up as some high concentration just off the coast of Pinellas. Here's a look at the scale there. So we're looking at very low to medium concentrations still being reported, however, from Englewood northward, and especially right around Siesta Key and into New Pass and Big Pass. Less in the Manatee County right now, just one area showing very low concentrations from Longboat Key northward up into Anna Maria Island. So a little bit better news. Full report comes out on Friday. Well, the report on Gordon is that it is still a tropical depression, but it doesn't have a lot of strong storms near the core. Basically to the east of it and to the southeast, more rain piles up into Pensacola, where they've been getting hit hard for the past 36 hours now, with over a foot of rain estimated from the Doppler radar site coming out of Pensacola. You can see that heavier rain now to the east there near Red Bay. Also, showers continue to roll in and develop in the Gulf of Mexico, so it's not over yet. It will continue to bring some heavy rainfall there through this night and into the early morning hours. For us, some storms are developing despite the presence of dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere. They're not all that intense, but they are producing some occasional lightning strikes there near Venice. Siesta Key had a downpour, still raining there near the village. Another line of showers heading your way, so although you may be over with this one, this shower right now located near I-75 and Clark Road could generate some lightning here in the next 10 to 15 minutes, like this one is doing now near Nokomis and Venice, heading off to the west at 15 miles an hour. We'll have more on that and Florence coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Protesters did not let up on day 2 of Judge Brett Kavanaugh's Supreme Court confirmation hearing, even as senators questioned him about where he stands on important issues from abortion to the Second Amendment and presidential powers. ABC's Janae Norman has more.
Protesters chanted, yelled, and interrupted day 2 of Judge Brett Kavanaugh's Supreme Court confirmation hearing, but that didn't stop senators from getting down to business.
You are a Republican, is that true?
I registered.
Okay. Well, you work for a lot of Republicans, like
yes.
the president.
For hours, senators grilled the nominee. One major issue he anticipated facing, abortion.
I understand the importance that people attach to the Roe v. Wade decision, to the Planned Parenthood versus Casey decision. I don't live in a bubble. I understand. I live in the real world.
And a top concern for Democrats is where Kavanaugh stands on presidential powers. In the event the Supreme Court hears cases related to the president, like the Mueller investigation. He previously wrote presidents shouldn't be burdened by civil litigation, criminal investigation, and possible prosecution.
Can a sitting president be required to respond to a subpoena?
My understanding is that you're asking me to give my view on a potential hypothetical, and that's something that each of the 8 justices currently sitting on the Supreme Court, when they're sitting in my seat, declined to decide potential hypothetical cases.
And the tough questions from senators are expected to continue tomorrow. Republicans want Kavanaugh confirmed by the first week of October before the Supreme Court decides which cases they'll hear next session. And so far, Republicans have the votes to do it. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
A new state law mandates the words "In God We Trust" be posted in every public school in Florida. The controversial move now being debated statewide. ABC 7's Alan Cohn joins us now with a look at what's coming up tonight at 7.
Jacqueline, state lawmakers passed the bill in March requiring all public schools to hang the state motto in the conspicuous place at every school and district building. So when students went back to class this year, they saw the signs for the first time. In Sarasota County, temporary signs hang in the lobby of every district building. They were created out of a quick compliance with the mandate, with permanent signs being created as we speak. In Manatee County, the school district decided to go a different route. Instead of creating signs to place in their schools, the district buildings, the district hung state seals on all campuses, which already include the words "In God We Trust."
I thought that there was separation of church and state in our country. While I believe in God, I certainly do not believe that it should be in schools.
I believe in God, and I think they should be in there, definitely, yes. I believe it, yes. So that would be great if they can see that there's somebody that's higher up and looking for them.
Tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll debate should these signs be hanging in our public schools. Scott, back to you.
All right, Alan, thank you. Now to a feel-good story that's having anything but a happy ending. Katie McClure and her boyfriend raised nearly $400,000 on GoFundMe for a homeless man who stopped to help Katie on the highway when she was stranded. He gave her the only money he had left to buy her gas. But the man, John Bobbitt, claims the couple has only given him a small part of the cash, about $75,000. The rest is now gone, and Bobbitt's lawyer says the couple spent it on lavish trips, shopping sprees, and a BMW. A judge is now demanding they show up in court and give sworn testimony about what happened to that cash.
You should advise your clients They are directed by the court to appear.
Well, the couple says they did not give Bobbitt all of the money because they feared he'd spend it on drugs, and now they're invoking the right not to incriminate themselves. The good news is GoFundMe is now working with police, and they say any money that was misspent will be guaranteed by the company. Maybe there is a happy ending here, after all. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why TSA will not end security screenings at smaller airports.
Plus, what you should be eating to keep your heart healthy. Those stories coming up next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Attention, do you have Medicare? Do you want to make sure you have the most benefits and lowest possible out-of-pocket costs? You may be able to lower your out-of-pocket costs and get dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now to find out what you deserve.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Over 3 million people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline, but there are still many people who don't check to see if they're eligible for more benefits and lower out-of-pocket costs. It's so easy. One simple free call could save you money and get you more benefits. Be smart. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now.
Call now to see if you may be eligible to lower your copays and get extra benefits, including dental and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're able to save money and get more benefits now. Call 1-800-711-7200. Again, call 1-800-711-7200 now.
Kettle's got it. Kettle's got it. Kettle's got what you're looking for at Kettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Kettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Kettle's got that too. Kettle's got it. Visit Kettle.com.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Staying active and eating right are keys to slimming the waistline, but are you eating a heart-healthy diet? Mary Maloney tells us why it's more than just avoiding processed foods.
Focusing on your heart starts with what you eat.
A high-fiber diet is very good for your heart.
Legumes such as beans, lentils, chickpeas, and black-eyed peas are full of soluble fiber, acting like a sponge to soak up the bad LDL cholesterol.
Your raw vegetables, your cooked vegetables are also going to be good for fiber. You don't find any fiber in animal products. So a heart-healthy diet is going to be lots and lots of plants.
Dark leafy greens such as spinach and kale are full of potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These mighty minerals help regulate your blood pressure. Both olive oil and avocados are great sources of monounsaturated fatty acids, which keep your bad LDL cholesterol levels in check and promote good HDL cholesterol levels. Fatty fish like salmon is packed with long-chain omega-3s. These compounds help lower blood pressure, make blood less likely to clot, and keep blood vessels healthy. But balance is key, so don't focus on eating 1 or 2 healthy foods and ignore the rest of your diet. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, some pretty heavy showers moving through parts of the Suncoast. Siesta Keys had some heavy rainfall. Venice, more on the way too. Scattered about, not everyone. In fact, Manatee County pretty quiet right now. You see those showers kind of racing through Siesta Key, heading toward Lido now and Longboat Key, moving to the west fairly quickly at 15 miles an hour. And as far as Gordon is concerned, there it is right there. There's not much. It's kind of void of any kind of heavy weather. It's all to the east and south of it, moving through the panhandle of Florida, where they've had a tremendous amount of rainfall. They've been hit the hardest by Gordon, I do believe. For us, we're getting some showers and storms developing. And I mentioned that one cell producing lightning. Well, it just did. A few lightning strikes have been reported now and detected by our lightning detection network from I-75 near Clark Road, stretching westward into Palmer Ranch, all the way down to Osprey and Siesta Key. Casey Key also getting some rainfall here. And it looks like this will continue for at least the next 30 minutes as it heads off to the west. Down to street level we go. You can see some of the showers near Sarasota Square Boulevard. Pretty heavy rainfall near Palmer Ranch Parkway as well. Down near Turtle Rock Boulevard along US 41. And then further south near Osprey, eBay Street is starting to lessen a little bit, but heavy rainfall now out on Casey Key at this hour. And then down to the south, we have had some showers near East Venice Avenue, also near North Auburn Road and near Ellis Boulevard coming out pretty heavy. It'll be over there in a little bit, but there's a lightning strike that just occurred there about 10 minutes ago. And again, all of it moving off to the west. Other showers starting to pop up near Arcadia. Not much going on in Manatee County at this time, but we could still see a few pop-up showers before it's all said and done by around 9 o'clock tonight. Upper level low will enhance the storms tomorrow as it works its way westward. Some dry air in place right now, limiting most of the widespread activity. We'll still see some activity up until about 9, and then generally fair skies to start today. Drop-off looks to be pretty good. Pick up a different story tomorrow. Showers and storms will be around, a little bit more intense and a little bit more widespread too, due to that upper level low. Well, this is Florence out here, and it's called rapid development. It went from a Category 1 hurricane yesterday, and just a tropical storm really, and then into a major Category 4 storm in an environment that wasn't supposed to do that. So it shows you that these things can behave differently than what the models say in terms of intensity and where it's going. 130-mile-an-hour winds expected to continue on this west course to northwest course, and then all bets are off after it gets about 5 days from now. Here are some of the forecast models suggesting what's going to be happening with Florence as we move through time, at least what they think. And notice that spread after day 5. It's rather wide. All the way down here, the UK Met, which is a reliable model, keeps it on a more westerly course. That would be really bad. And this here is a chance that it may have an impact on the U.S. if it stays on more of a westerly course. This is the European. We'll take you from Friday through Sunday. Here it is, Florence. A couple of other systems coming off of Africa. Should bear no problem, no harm to land. But this one in particular could be rather significant. We'll take a look at it, what it's supposed to be doing by, again, Saturday in 10 days from now. Could be a pretty big hurricane just off the coast of Virginia, New Jersey, and New York. So this one bears watching. It's 10 days out. A lot can happen, but it's pretty important to watch that storm, I think, over the upcoming week and a half. East winds turn to north at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet out there. Just a light chop on the basin and the water, so better chance for a little bit more widespread storms on Thursday and Friday in the afternoon and evening only. During the day, it should be okay. During the morning, sunny. Same goes true for Saturday. A little less action on Sunday and Monday as some drier air slips in for Sunday and Monday. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Some backups this evening on State Road 70, mostly heading east between US 301 and Lockwood Ridge Road at this hour. Scott?
Well, in consumer news tonight, Uber is aiming to boost driver and passenger safety. It's created a feature on its app that will reach out to passengers and drivers if it detects an accident or unplanned stop. Drivers will also have access to a hands-free feature. It will allow them to pick up passengers without having to touch their phones. TSA is no longer considering ending security screenings at dozens of small airports. At a congressional committee meeting today, the agency's chief said he thinks the security at 150 low-volume airports around the country should be beefed up.
We are not reducing our presence at low-volume airports. In fact, quite the contrary. I think we need to improve our security profile at smaller airports. And so the reports that we were going to pull away from 150 airports around the country, that's not what we're doing.
The proposal to end screening at smaller airports was one of several potential cost-cutting approaches first reported by CNN last month. But security experts raised concerns that terrorists could then exploit the vulnerability to potentially weaponize the passenger planes.
If you have an iPhone 8 and are having issues with it, you might want to listen up. Apple recalling some of those devices. The company says there's a manufacturing defect involving the phone's logic board, which causes them to freeze or turn off. In some cases, those phones won't turn back on. That recall is only for iPhone 8s sold between September of 2017 to March of 2018. Apple says it will fix the problem for free. Well, Instagram is building a new app project dedicated to shopping. The new app would let users browse collections from businesses and then make purchases. Reports say Instagram's potential new e-commerce platform is currently being developed and could be called IG Shopping. Last year, Instagram launched a shopping feature that lets companies tag posts with individual products, enabling users to shop from photos. The company is currently testing an Instagram Stories feature that also allows users to buy goods from the Instagram app. Probably something I should stay away from with my love of shopping.
Just another way to tempt you.
There you go.
People who love to shop. All right, entertainment news is next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
In entertainment news, Kim Kardashian West is continuing her work on criminal justice reform.
The White House confirmed that the reality TV star took part in a listening session with White House officials today, including Jared Kushner. Officials say she joined other advocates for prison and sentencing reform to talk about clemency issues. They are now working on how the White House can implement a fair process for clemency review, something President Trump mentioned he wanted to set up earlier this year.
Singer Demi Lovato is trying to move on after her drug overdose in July. She's leaving old things behind, and that includes her home. Lovato recently listed the 4-bedroom, 6-bath Hollywood Hills home for sale. She's asking $9.5 million for the 5,500 square foot home. Lovato is currently still in rehab.
Country singer John Rich of Big and Rich is joining the boycott against Nike. Rich tweeted that a member of his crew cut the trademark swoosh off of his socks and was also planning to burn them. The country star criticizing the company for hiring former San Francisco 49ers Colin Kaepernick for a new ad campaign. Kaepernick began a wave of protests by NFL players kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality and racial inequality.
Dolly Parton will be honored at the 2019 MusiCares Person of the Year tribute next year. The Recording Academy announcing Parton will be the first artist from the Nashville music community to get this award. The gala raises money for those in the musical community in times of financial, medical, and personal need. The tribute will be held in Los Angeles, February 8th, and Parton says she was excited and humbled by the honor.
Nancy McKeon is done learning the facts of life. Now she's ready to take on Dancing with the Stars. The actress will join the cast of the ABC show for its upcoming 27th season. Now she's best known for her role as Joe Polnicek on the 1980 NBC sitcom The Facts of Life. She is the first star announced for this season's cast. The rest will be revealed next Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing who will be on that.
And we'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling mid-size car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CRV, the 8-passenger Pilot, or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less. Today at your local Honda dealer.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands. Over 1,000 used vehicles. Prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it. And they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too.
Gettle's got it.
Visit Gettle.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com.